Sometimes life changes in one quiet morning. No warning, no signs, just a small line that changes everything. For Sue, that morning began like any other in her small apartment in Kileleshwa. The city was waking up. Matatas honking, kids running to school, people rushing to work. But inside her bathroom, everything stopped. Sue stared at the pregnancy test in her hand. Two bold lines. Her mouth went dry. Sue, whispering, "No, no, this can't be right." She sat on the edge of the bathtub, shaking. Memories flashed: Vincent's calm smile, Bobby's reckless laughter. Both of them part of her life at different times. But now, all she had was silence. Later that day, Sue met her best friend Anita at a small cafe along Ngong Road. "Anita, you mean you're pregnant?" "Sue, yes. And I don't even know how to start." "Anita, start by finding the man who'll take responsibility. You can't carry this alone, Sue." "Sue, Vincent will never believe me." "Anita, you'll never know till you tell him." Sue nodded, though her heart felt heavy. She knew Anita was right. Vincent had always been the stable one, the man she could depend on until recently, when he started acting distant. That evening, Sue went to Vincent's apartment in Westlands. He opened the door, surprised to see her. "Vincent? Sue? What are you doing here this late?" "Sue. Vincent, I need to talk to you. It's important." Narrator. He gestured for her to come in. The room smelled of new cologne and takeout food. "Sue, I found out today I'm pregnant." Vincent froze. For a long moment, he didn't say a word. "Vincent, pregnant? Sue, are you sure it's mine?" Sue, hurt. "What do you mean?" "Of course it's yours." Vincent. "No, no, don't do this. You and we've been distant. How do I even know?" Sue. "Vincent, you think I'd lie about this?" Vincent. "Sue, please. I can't handle this right now." Narrator. Sue felt the room spin. The man she trusted most had turned cold. She stood up, trembling. "Sue, you don't have to handle it. I will. Alone." And she walked out into the Nairobi night, tears mixing with the drizzle that had just begun to fall. Back home, Sue sat in the dark, staring at her phone. Her mind was a storm. Then, her thumb scrolled to a familiar name: Bobby. She hadn't seen him in months. He was the wild one, the chaos she'd sworn to leave behind. She hesitated, then called. "Bobby," over phone. "Sue? Wow, didn't expect to hear from you." "Sue, can we talk? Please, it's important." "Bobby." "Sure." They met at a small bar near Hurlingham. Bobby still had that mischievous grin. "Bobby, you look different. What's going on?" "Sue, I'm pregnant." He blinked. The grin faded. "Bobby. Wait, what? Pregnant? With... with me?" "Sue. Yes, Bobby. You're the only other man." He leaned back, exhaling sharply. Sue braced for rejection. But then, something unexpected happened. "Bobby. Wow. You're serious? This is crazy. But maybe it's time. Maybe this is my chance to grow up." Sue, surprised. "You're not angry, Bobby?" "Angry? Nah. Scared, yeah. But Sue, listen, I want to do this right. For you. For the baby." For the first time in weeks, Sue smiled faintly. Maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't have to do this alone. Sue began to show. Bobby kept his word. He started helping at his cousin's garage, saving money. He walked her to clinic appointments, carried groceries, even painted her living room. Sue, smiling. "I barely recognize you these days." Bobby. "Good. That means I'm trying." They laughed. For a moment, life seemed possible again. But across town, Vincent's life had also moved on. Vincent now lived with his new girlfriend, Eliza, cheerful, soft-spoken, full of energy. She was everything calm that Sue wasn't, and one morning, Eliza came out of the washroom, holding a stick in her trembling hand. Eliza, Vincent, I'm pregnant. Vincent stared at her, stunned, but this time he didn't run. He smiled and hugged her. Vincent, that's amazing news. Eliza laughed, relieved. She didn't know that the same words had once crushed another woman not long ago. Months later, both couples found themselves at the same prenatal clinic in Upper Hill. Different times, same day. Sue and Bobby arrived early. Bobby held her bag and sat close, proud and nervous. Bobby, you'll be okay, babe. I can't wait to see the ultrasound. Sue smiling. You're actually excited? Bobby, of course. My first child. You think I'm missing that? Meanwhile, Vincent and Eliza arrived too. Eliza was glowing. He looked around the waiting area, distracted, and for a brief second, his eyes met Bobby's. Two men, strangers at first glance, one calm and polished, the other rugged, restless. They nodded politely. Neither knew what fate had prepared. Sue came out of the doctor's office, smiling at the ultrasound photo. At that exact moment, Eliza stepped out of the restroom. Vincent stood, calling out Vincent. Eliza! Over here! Sue froze. That voice. She turned. Their eyes met across the waiting area. Sue, whispering, Vincent? Vincent's smile vanished. Bobby looked between them, confused. Eliza approached, cheerful but noticing the tension. Eliza. Babe, what's wrong? Sue, you're with her? Vincent. Sue, Bobby. Wait, you two know each other? The air went heavy. Everyone in the clinic seemed to fade away. Sue. Yeah, that's the man who said he couldn't be a father. Eliza. Shocked. Vincent. What is she talking about? Vincent. Sue, not here. Please. Bobby. Angry. So you're the guy? The one who dumped her when she needed you most? Vincent. You don't know anything about me. Sue. No, they don't. But I do. And now, everyone sees who you are. Eliza stepped back, hurt and confused. Bobby took Sue's hand protectively. The receptionist called another patient, breaking the silence. Eliza. Vincent. Is it true? Vincent, quietly. Yes. But it's in the past. Eliza's eyes filled with tears. She turned and walked out. Vincent followed, trying to explain. Sue stood trembling, tears in her eyes, while Bobby held her close. Nairobi moved on, as it always does. Vincent tried to repair things with Eliza, but something had broken that day. Trust. He visited Sue once, quietly leaving a small baby gift at her door. She never opened it. Meanwhile, Sue and Bobby prepared for their baby with a new sense of peace. Bobby, I know I can't erase your pain, but I'll be here. Always. Sue, that's all I need. They smiled. For once, the laughter between them felt pure, unforced, real. Months later, on a warm evening, Sue sat at Uhuru Park, watching kids play. Her belly was round, her heart steady. She thought of everything she'd been through, the lies, the heartbreak, the irony. Life had blindsided her, yes, but it had also led her to truth. Sue, voice soft. Sometimes, the wrong door closes, so the right one can open. Narrator. In the distance, Bobby came jogging toward her with a smoothie in hand. He sat beside her, out of breath. Bobby, you and this baby are my whole world now. Sue. Then don't blink. You might miss it. They both laughed. As the sun dipped behind the skyline of Nairobi, Sue finally felt at peace. She had been blindsided, but she had survived. In this city of endless chances and quiet heartbreaks, Sometimes love isn't about who stays first, it's about who chooses to stay last. The end.